and direct. You can see by the title of this stream that want to talk about some current events in education in the Sacramento area. Yeah, we have had a large school with many, I think 14 regional campuses in the state of California go down the drain. It's laid off reportedly 87% of its staff, and it's closing most of its campuses. And I don't know even what it's retaining as far as the course offerings go. I've been speaking to some students who go there. I should mention that I used to teach there. I'm not going to mention it by name. If you live around here, if you watch the news, you know what it's called. I'll just say that I was married in a part of Scotland that is higher than the lowlands. Wink, wink. Okay. Anyways, school is effectively closed. I've spoken with a number of students who go there in the past week, and they're kind of, a lot of time they're co-enrolled there and at different universities where I teach. And they kind of don't know what's going on, which is fairly typical of that institution. And they've been told, school goes till the end of June, or it'll be open, I should say, till the end of June, and then it will close, and we don't know whether it's going to reopen in August. And this is going to cause hardship for a lot of students, especially recent immigrant students. We have a lot of those in California. The government has made that it's a thing. There are wars happening in the world. There are regimes like the Taliban that are forcing people out if they want to, live like regular people and not be ground into the dirt. Just an opinion about the Taliban. I have a negative opinion of the Taliban, guys. Sorry. Anyways, this is going to cause hardships for some of them, for a lot of them, I should say. But also it's going to kind of send them to other institutions in the area. And I've spoken to students, as I mentioned, and they've said, many of them have mentioned these hardships and talked about how they enjoyed the services that came from this place, from the school that's shuttered. It's going to be shuttered now, including laptops and phones given to students who needed to take online courses and things like that, which I personally think is great, up to a certain extent. I just spoke with one of their students just a minute ago. She was in one of my courses, and she said, I think it's good that they're closing. And none of the other students had said that. None of them. And I share her opinion, which I was not expressing to the other students, but I was, anyways, she said, I think it's good that they're closing because the leadership at the school focuses on little gifts and raffles and, giving away widescreen TVs and things like that, and that they did not focus on quality education. Her words, not mine. Take it from a student, a student who has been attending there for a while. And, it turns out, once I've opened these conversations, it turns out that a whole bunch of my students have been co-enrolled at that institution and also at other ones in the area. So, like I said, it affects a lot of people, and there's going to be a lot of people out of work, not just, credentialed faculty and things like that, but all the folks who have been working there. Sometimes it's a case of having completed their high school equivalency or a high school diploma there, and then going on to work there, getting the first, jobby job of their lives, perhaps. It was begun with some really good intentions. It was, to rehabilitate folks coming out of incarceration and get them into into schooling like that and get them on the path to not going back to jail. It has gone pretty far past that now. And what can I say? I should acknowledge my bias. I worked there years and years ago when it was just starting up and it had a startup feel. I've worked in internet startups as well. It was kind of the same feel. It was cool. You know, it was exciting. It was, oh, here's a new approach to education for today's students. You know, but I did not stay for several reasons. Anyways, the bell tolls for thee.